Karen Jansen.
Yes.
Welcome to my program. I'm doing some exclusive interviews, obviously, from Munsif TV for Miss World exclusive. So, Karen, tell me about, firstly, how has it been so far? You've been here to India for the first time, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's my first time in India, and it was something that was on my bucket list for already a few years. So I'm really grateful to be here, and I have to say, from the moment I stepped off the plane, I felt the open-hearted energy, I felt the hospitality, I felt that you're proud that you could welcome us here in Telangana, but we are very proud to be here and to be part of your community for this month. Time is flying by so fast. It's a busy schedule, but I am enjoying every moment and I'm taking in every moment. So I'm really grateful to be here and to can experience your culture and to learn a lot of things here.
Thank you, and it's great to have you guys here, obviously, as well.
Thank you.
Well, what do you think about the organizing so far? You know, I think they're keeping you really busy. What are the activities you've been doing so far?
Well, I did a lot of activities. So we went to a Ramappa temple. We went to a place where you can buy bangles. I visited the AIG hospital, which was very interesting for me as a psychology student myself. Yesterday, we also went to a Ramuchi film city. Yesterday, we visited the police and the secretariat. So it's a busy schedule, but I have to say, you want to make the best of your time here because it's only a month that we've been here, and to experience as much as possible. It's good, right? And time is flying by, but also I have to say the organization is always so good. It's always the biggest events where we go to, and I think it's not to be forgotten that for this organization it takes a lot of time because when we are there at the thing itself, time flies by so fast. But I think the organization, it will take weeks or months, and it's a lot of stress to organize an event like this. So thank you for that. We enjoy every moment. We take everything in. We get it in our head. We get it in our heart. We get it on our phones to share with others. So it's really wonderful so far.
Yeah. I guess the government of Telangana is taking it very seriously to make sure you guys have a good time. But so far, all the things you've done, what has been your favorite?
My most favorite thing personally was the AIG hospital. Maybe it's something you don't expect. I also I enjoy the culture so much because you can see the energy that is so pure and so gentle of all the people here, and the culture I enjoy so much. But being in the hospital as a psychology student, you are developing so much, not only in economic field, but also in medicine field. And I didn't realize that yet until I was in the hospital. And you are having inventions here that are not implemented anywhere else in the world. And also you have an AI tool here that doctors use, and they can just talk with the patient. They can connect with the patient, and the patient field fills in itself, and the AI filters all the information that was not necessary. But in this world, everything is online, you know, but true connections are not really always possible anymore. But this tool makes it sure that doctors can let the patients feel that they're taken care of, that they've been heard. And I think during the whole transition as a patient at the hospital, it's really important, and it was very eye-opening for me to experience this.
Right. So are you saying when you go back, if somebody you know needs medical attention, you might suggest them to come to Hyderabad?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. I'm gonna do that, yeah.
So about psychology, what's your interest in psychology? What excites you? Obviously, you're a student.
I'm studying
in
it
psychology
myself.
Because I love the subject of psychology myself.
Yes, I love the subject. As a young girl, I experienced a lot of pressure and comparison myself in this world, because I think it's really hard as a young adult to relativize all the things you see online. You know, with social media, if you feel insecure, you start to compare with yourself. And I went through a difficult time myself because I placed an image of online as perfection in my head, and I wanted to strive towards it. But the more I strive towards it, the more unhappy I felt within myself. But I'm happy that I went through this difficult time because it sparked my interest in psychology, and it learned me to talk to people. It learned me to be vulnerable, and when you share your vulnerable side, it makes true connection possible. You know, you don't always have to be perfect because we're all human beings. And from this, my interest in psychology was sparked, and I studying it because I wanted to help others find peace within themselves too. And it's so important because when I was young, I started working as a model. I went to Milan, I went to Mexico.
How young were you when you started?
I was 17 years old, so it was the first time I moved from home all by myself. So I already learned a lot about that, because when you travel alone to a different country, you see different culture, but you also get to know who you are yourself, because you don't have anyone else telling you what you should do. But the thing I learned from modeling is you get judged on how you look, and you don't really have the opportunity to share your story. And that's why I joined the Miss Belgium competition, and it was like a really milestone in my life journey, because from that moment on, I noticed that a lot of young people are listening to my story. And from the moment I became Miss Belgium, it was my life mission to share that I'm not perfect too. It's not that you are Miss Belgium or Miss whatever country you want to name, that you always have to be perfect. You're a human, and you have to show young adults that it's okay to follow your dreams and to have difficult days, because they're part of life. Whenever you feel bad, there is sunshine after it, and you learn the most in difficult times. You get to know the most of yourself. And it's so nice for me that from this moment and during this competition, I get to share my story, and I have the feeling that I've been heard to. And I think you also, the whole culture of Telangana shows that it's so important to hear each other's stories and to keep on learning from each other, because in this world you cannot stop learning.
True. Karen, what I want to ask you is, of course you told me about your childhood trauma, and that's what led you to study psychology, so you can help others, right?
Yeah.
Tell me more about tell me about your family. Where are you from? Where do you grow up? Did you grow up on a farm? Tell me about yourself.
So I grew up in a small city in Belgium. It's called Lommel. It's a bit far from everything. So I'm not a big city girl. I lived in a small city where my parents teach me the lessons of community, because in my city everyone knows each other, and it's really town. Yeah, it's a small town. So it's really nice, because when you're in a big city you often feel alone. Right. I grew up in a warm family. Actually, I couldn't be more grateful for my parents, because they supported me.
What did they do? What did your
They
parents?
supported me in every dream I wanted to accomplish. They also have always, but I think it's typically Belgian, they place a high importance on education, but it's good because, as I said, you can never learn too much, and education is really important in this world. So that's why I always studied science, mathematics, and psychology right now. So I'm very grateful for them also to give me the opportunity to go to college, because it's not something everyone can do. I have a small dog too. I love animals.
What's his name?
Kimchi.
Okay.
Kimchi, you know kimchi?
As in Korean kimchi?
Yeah, but I have a business myself about gut health. So my
about what?
Gut health. You know
gut health.
Yes.
Oh, so kimchi is good. It's a prebiotic.
Back in Belgium, I sell fermented vegetables.
Right.
So I sell sauerkraut, kimchi, and fermented cabbage. So my dog is named after after kimchi, the Korean kimchi. No,
right.
but it's
I
really.
love kimchi myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I love kimchi. I ate it here every time it's at the buffet here in the hotel. But no, I experienced also of that gut gut health is really important for your mental health, because all your serotonin hormones, so your happy hormones, are made in your gut. And I discovered this by going through science articles and experiencing it myself. It was life-changing for me, because I also felt mentally better, I felt physically better, I embraced myself more. So I wanted to help others, because in Belgium it's not easy to buy fermented vegetables.
Okay. So does this come with a label, or do you have? Oh.
Yeah, my brand is called Go Goods.
Oh, interesting.
Go Goods.
Are you planning to bring it to India now?
if it's, I think it's difficult with transport, but if it's possible, I will do it. But I have to say, the kimchi I taste here in the hotel, it was so good. I love it. I love my kimchi too, but the kimchi here it's been wonderful.
Are you planning to go back and do something to your kimchi, make it better?
Yes. I noticed also a little bit of sweet touch in the kimchi here, and yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, Indians have a sweet tooth. We all need a lot of
but
sweets.
all the desserts are so good here. It's wonderful. Every day I have desserts, because it's amazing, the food.
So how did you said you went in and filed for, to apply to compete in Miss Belgium. Was that yourself, or did someone make you do it?
Well, it's a funny story actually, because the first time I competed, I was 18 years old. Okay. So it's been, right now I'm 23. And the first time I went through the whole journey of Miss Belgium, I've learned so much about myself, because being in a group of girls who are interested in growing, because it's all pageants are for development. They're for young girls to learn about themselves and to grow as an individual. But I was too insecure when I was 18 years old. I didn't know exactly who I was in this world. And but this process, it was a catalyzer for my growth process myself. And then afterwards, after 5 years now, when I was 23 years old, I decided I wanted to compete another time, because I feel for my self development that I need to go through this process again. And I competed and I won the title of Miss Belgium. The first time it were my parents who inscribed me. The second time it was myself, because I see the strength of the process of pageants, and I think there is a lot of beautiful things that come out of it for young girls when they go through this process. And standing here right now in this big Miss World competition with all these strong individuals that are ambassadors of their own country, it's been wonderful to connect with them, to connect with the Indian culture, but also to learn from every contestant's story, because everyone has their own story, and we are ambassadors of our own country, but stepping out of the airplane, we also became ambassadors of Telangana, of the connections we made here and the memories we made here. Yeah.
So you just told me your story of how you competed for the title of Miss Belgium first time, and then you did again. So I guess the moral of the story is that you accepted your fears, you decided to face your fear. Is that the message for any girls who are watching out there, or anyone out there?
Yes, it's my message. Message I've learned from competing the second time is that there is no need to compare yourself, because you can compare yourself at every aspect of another contestant, but what is beautiful for me may not be beautiful for someone else. It's the true acceptance of yourself, the love that you have for yourself and others, and the openness and the willingness to learn during the whole process. That's the most important thing, and that is what keeps all the strength within you. And that's the lesson I want to share. Go after your dreams, but also be yourself, show your vulnerable side, because in vulnerability there is beautiness. And from that on, you can be the best version of yourself, and you're going to shine in everything you do in your life.
But don't you think that is I know you're saying, to be strong and confident, but don't you think it's not easy to do that? Because internally, we all have our insecurities, and there's a self-talk we do. It's like, no, maybe, she's too good, this one, all
that's
that.
True.
So how do you...
And I've experienced this the first time I did Miss Belgium, and by learning so much about myself, I learned that what you think in your brain, it's also why I study psychology, is not always the truth. you know, there is indeed placed an image of perfection online, but it's something we made up. This world made an image of perfection, but every image of perfection is different in everyone's head. So sometimes we have talks in ourselves that make us ourselves feel smaller, but also, you know, you have mantras here, right, of saying I am strong, I am beautiful, and it's what you place in your head that you shine out, and everyone has their own insecurities, and it's to accept those insecurities, because when you, for example, place one insecurity away, it makes place for another insecurity. It's the process of fully accepting yourself that is making you feel stronger. And everyone is going to have all thoughts in their head, because that's how our brain works. But it's by knowing that those thoughts don't always have to be placed as truth. That is the most important lesson. That is why yoga and meditation are also very good. Yeah.
So tell me, how has your life changed post winning Miss Belgium? How has it been? And yeah, where is this going? What is the work you've done?
I've did a lot of work. The most important thing is right now I work together with an organization of youth therapists, and we already helped a lot of young people who feel the need to share their vulnerable sides. I'm an individual with a lot of empathy, and I feel that right now the connections I built up in life, the people I cross paths with, I can really inspire them, and by sharing my story. I've already helped a lot of young adults by this organization of youth therapists who have made it accessible for young people to always have the opportunity to talk with a therapist, to share their story. It's completely free of charge, anonymously. Of course, I did a lot of photo shoots with my crown. I did.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Whatever you said so far was all serious work. I said, where's the?
Yeah, I did a lot of photo shoots.
Okay.
A lot of makeup lessons. I did catwalk lessons. I already had my experience in the modeling world.
How's the modeling work in Belgium? Is it there, or do you have to go to other countries? Or?
Like I said, I worked in Milan, so I sometimes go for bookings with the airplane to Milan. I also worked in Mexico, so I have my connections there too. But for me, it was sometimes hard to be away from home for that long time. But in Belgium, there is a lot of modeling work. You have Antwerp, it's the city of beauty and fashion in Belgium, and there are a lot of model opportunities actually. Yeah. So it's really nice.
So other than that, do you have because in India we are used to movies. Do you do is there work in the movies? How's the movie industry there?
Yeah,
do you have scope in that?
Yeah, we have a lot of big producers in Belgium. The movies are often in English because it's a language that's more known all over the world. So I got already questions, but it was also before I became Miss Belgium that I got the question to be an actress in movies. I also went on radio interviews. I already discovered a lot of different things,
right.
But I love acting. I did musicals when I was younger. Singing is not my my big talent, but it's nice to share this creative side of yourself.
That's great, because anyone in India watching the interview will know that you like acting. Maybe you will get offers to come and work in Bollywood someday.
Yes, they can contact me.
So what do you think about your chances at winning Miss World? Do you think you have a strong chance, or what's your mindset? How are you thinking? My
mindset, it was the same during Miss Belgium, is to just stay true to myself, to give the best of myself, that I can afterwards not say that I didn't do anything that I could. And I think everything happens for a reason, and already being here with these girls, making connections, it's been so good for my self-development and the learning I did so far. So whatever the outcome is, I think winning Miss World is it's something much more than the title. It's the peace, the unity of this world, and bringing together all the contestants here. I think the winner will have her duty to spread that message of peace in the world where everything happens so fast. And I'm sure the winner is gonna is going to do well, and I'm really curious where I'm going to end, but I'm just going to take in every moment I've been here and enjoying my time here.
Right. Do you think there are any strong contenders for the Miss World, or do you think every girl has a strong chance? What do you think?
I think it's what I said earlier. It's really hard to compare because everyone is so unique, and I think they're going to choose the best one to spread the message of peace. I think we are here with a really strong group of young women because we have the ambassador of every country. You know, that's we are with 108 super strong contestants. So I think it's really hard to say who's a strong competitor side. I think we have to just motivate each other to give the best of each other, that we will make a beautiful show on the final night for the world, for you, for thanking you for everything you've done to us.
Right. One last question, Karen. I'd like to know, other than the looks part and everything, let's say Karen Jansen had the opportunity to do something where it would make her feel good, something she can do. You had all the power in the world to do something that gives you peace inside. What is that thing that you would want to do, that you could do?
What gives me the best feeling in the world is to make other people feel happy and to spread peace and to help others. It gives me so much strength when I feel that I make someone else happy, and when I took one difficulty or one insecurity away of someone else, because it's not you individual who stands here on earth. It's the community, the unity of this world, and everyone who feels better raises the energy of the world, raises the peace of the world. They say that change cannot be made by one person, but one person can make change happen, and it's by changing maybe one perspective of one person that is going to change the perspective of thousands of people. So that is what I'm happy to do, and what gives me a lot of power and motivation, and to keep on doing that for the rest of my life.
Amazing. Can you tell me one thing that I know the climate is really hot for you guys,
Yeah.
from where you're from in Hyderabad, but one thing that you really loved about Hyderabad, the city you're in now?
One thing, it's very hard. It's the culture, the architecture, the people, the energy. I think everything, the food. I'm so grateful to be here and to learn from you, and this peaceful energy I'm going to take with me to Belgium.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, Karen. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure for me too. Thank you so much.
And all the best. Hope whatever comes out, like I said, may the best girl win.
Thank you so much. Thank you.